Hello, this is George Senda, the real, official, original, authentic, one and only. The guy from Pittsburgh, except no cheesy YouTube commentators, imposters, trolls, haters, or copyright infringers. And I'll ask you to bear with me. I have been on the phone from 8 o'clock to 2 at banks, eBay, Red Robin, and got a $20 refund from Red Robin. Got the manager at Bank of America, Sun Valley, to talk to his employees. Talked to Kathy. Filed a complaint about the guy that returned my money and kept the item, and another guy who said he was going to refund the money and didn't. But I want to talk about my cats. Fuzzy is sleeping on the floor, about 6 feet from me. She likes to sleep in the hallway. So does Fluffy. And Saturday, when I stepped over Fluffy, he freaked out and jumped on the computer table. Now, Fuzzy only climbs on one thing, and that's the fan by the door, and she makes it tip over on a fairly regular basis. I got to put some weights in it. I've got a big board outside. I need to go and have somebody cut it, so counterbalance the weight of the fan and won't keep tipping over. Little girl climbs on nothing. She's not a climber. The only thing she climbs on is the bed. Fluffy, though, has climbed on the bookcases paranormal bookcases by the door, the DVD VHS cart by the window, the fan on top of the DVD cart by the window, the Sony TV table, my Apple II computer and formerly stacked disk drives, the Apple II software, Apple IIe, the computer table, the living room window where the air conditioner is, where there's no room for Fluffy to get in there and no way to get out because it's sealed, but he's climbed in the window, the kitchen counter, the cutting board in the kitchen, the tray table in the kitchen, this chair, that table next to me that's got the alien on it, my Mac table in the bedroom, the Mac table in the living room. And I know he's not bad, but he won't listen to get down, Fluffy, no, Fluffy, get off the furniture, Fluffy, kitties not go on furniture, Fluffy, kitties not go on the kitchen counter, Fluffy. And he regularly climbs on the paranormal bookcase because he wants out. And he's not patient enough to let me get up out of bed, which at times hurts a lot because I got a bad knee and a bad back. Or it takes me a minute to get out of the bed, go to the door, open the door, and let him out. Now, I used to have a cat named Little Cat. I worked somewhere, and this tweaker type brought him into the store, or he ran into the store. Have you seen my cat? And the black cat was in the corner of my store. So I picked him up, and he was very gentle, and I gave him to her. About 3 days later, the cat comes running out of the hotel where the tweaker is, terrified, and runs back into my store. So I look around, saw no tweaker. Later, the next day I talked to the manager of the hotel. Oh, we threw her out. She was disruptive. So the little cat, who I named Little Cat, he was a short-haired black cat, very pretty male. I had nowhere to put him for the day. I didn't know what to do with him. So I put him in the top drawer of the filing cabinet and put my jacket in there and left the drawer open enough the filing cabinet was mostly empty, left the drawer open enough for him to breathe and waited till I got off of work. And I periodically would go to look at him and pet him, and he was sound asleep and purring away and very happy. So when I got done with work, I put my jacket on. I put Climber Cat into my jacket. Went down into BART, into Oakland, on the bus, and walked up the 2.5 blocks to my apartment and got in the elevator and went up to the 3rd floor and went around the balcony of my apartment and opened the door. My other 2 cats are waiting for me, and Climber Cat went in, and well, I never had any problems with him except two things. He would periodically get out and head for the garage, and one day he got under a car and got covered in motor oil, and I had to wash him, and that was not fun. I had tried to wash him in the bathroom sink, not kitchen sink. He didn't like that. He clawed the hell out of me. I tried to wash him in the shower. That didn't work. And I finally managed to put him in the kitchen sink and bathe him and get all the oil off in the kitchen sink. And Kathy saw this and broke up laughing. And I said, "It's not funny. He just clawed the crap out of me." And he loved after that to stand in the bathroom along with the other two cats and would watch me take a shower. Now, I also called him Monkey Cat because he climbed on stuff. But his favorite two things, my Apple IIe table with all my drives and my monitor and all my software in little software bins, was all stacked up. He liked to sleep on top of the Apple IIe because it was warm. And I had a CPM-based computer then with WordStar. He liked to sleep on the WordStar computer. Well, that table was okay, and I didn't have a problem with him sleeping on that. That was kind of cute. But the IIe had, with a kitchen table, and had screw-in legs. I came home one day, and the IIe table was collapsed. The Apple II was on the floor. The monitor was on the floor. The drives were on the floor. And it's one of those big color Apple monitors. All the software was scattered everywhere. I just went, "Monkey, why did you do that?" Well, I guess his weight, I put one too many, I have books up there too, one too many things on the table. And he also liked to climb on kitchen counters, but when I would tell him no, off counter, he would get off the counter. He knew he wasn't supposed to get off the counter. He did also like to sleep. In the bedroom, I had a tomato plant, a bell pepper plant, and a catnip plant. He would sleep in the tomato plant, the bell pepper plant, and the catnip plant, he and the other two cats. It was 7 feet tall, and they pulled it out one day and dragged all over the apartment and got dirt all over the carpet. There was no leaves left in that catnip plant. But I really didn't have a problem with that either. I'd left the door open, and I shouldn't have done that when I was on it. The apartment would get red hot in the daytime, and I was able to grow vegetables in my bedroom. Little cat, monkey, stayed with me when I was homeless, lived in my car with Mouse for 6 months, and lived with me when I wound up moving in with someone and someone else. And when I went to live with Kathy at Clayton Crossing, Climber Cat lived with me until he got really thin. I knew he was dying. He was down to 6 pounds. He slept in my feet all night, and then he wanted out, and I let him out, and I never saw him again. I went off to die. I had Climber Cat for maybe for 11, 12 years, and he was 4, they said, when I got him. So, 16 years. I've had Fluffy for 12 years. He's 16, so is Fuzzy and Little Girl. But Fluffy doesn't listen to the word no or get down or, another thing I used to have to tell Climber Cat, not for Climber Cat and not for Snooky, when I had my Snooky cat, who also died of cancer. But Fluffy doesn't get down. Now, when I went over there today, I found out you don't grab the cat by the scruff of the neck either. I didn't learn these things, but I looked it up. I swatted him on the hip. That's all I did. And grabbed the scruff of his neck and looked him in the eye and said, "You are a bad kitty. You broke my computer table, made everything collapse. Stay off tables." And he hid in the area by the front living room window on the side. And I hurt his feelings. And I'm very sorry about that. I will not do it again. I do not spank Fluffy or Fuzzy or Little Girl. Biggest problem I have with Fuzzy, she gets underfoot, and I have to go, "Fuzzy, move, please. Fuzzy, move, Fuzzy, move." And I have to go, "Fluffy, move, Fluffy, move, Fluffy, move." Partly because they get in the way, partly because I'm afraid of stepping on them, particularly at night when I can't see them because they're black and everything's dark. So, if you want to condemn me for that, fine. He collapsed everything on the table, and I had everything really set up and in order on that table. Not the main computer table, but the side area with the 2 shelves and the 2 white cabinets and the stackable red thing, and now it's all wrecked. And I can't get into my bathroom easily because there's 3 or 4 things of crates and boxes. And I used to have envelopes and pens, paper, staples, scissors, my inhaler medication, letters, letter opener, rubber bands, everything in there, batteries, in this big pink basket, and it all went flying. So after a while, when you tell the cat no 40 or 50 times, because he won't stay down off of things, mostly because he wants out, but he also gets frightened and jumps up on stuff. Gets frightened for no other reason. I get out of bed and he jumps. It's the same with little girl. I get up to go out of bed or I cough and she runs out the door. Fuzzy didn't do it. Nothing phases Fuzzy. Fuzzy is, okay, what's that? Goes back to sleep. So I love Fluffy very much. He's my baby boy. I picked him up today, and he put his paw on my face, and he was not purring. So I've hurt his feelings. I'll make it up to him. But, I was under a lot of stress this weekend, and that, I'm trying to take a nap, and he collapses my table. And oh, my God, what did you do, cat? And I was yelling at him because I was so damn angry. I'm human. I make mistakes. So if you trolls want to make a big deal about it, go ahead. I don't really give a damn about your opinion. Your opinion means about as much as a bucket of urine. But, there are limits to my patience. And the cat destroying my table that I worked on that table to get everything straightened out and put away neatly so people wouldn't see the mess. So I could find stuff. And now it's all scattered. It'll probably take me 2 or 3 months to straighten the table up. And I got to repair the shelf if I can, or I'll have to throw the 2 shelf away. And that's where my APS power supply is for my computer. And I don't know where I'm going to put the stackable. My lamp is on top of the broken board. My air cleaner machine, purifier machine is on top of the broken board. He's also climbed on my air purifiers. So, it's a miracle he didn't climb my TV and make that crash to the ground. Or my Blu-ray player. So, he's the most obsessed with going out and scared cat I've ever had. My other cats were not scared. But for some reason, Fluffy and little girl get terrified. Nothing I'm doing, they've always been like this from the first day they came in here. Little girl, I will move on the bed and she runs out the door. Or I'll cough, or I'll move to pet her and she gets scared and runs out the door. I've even put the bowls of cat food in the bed. She runs off when I put the bowl of cat food on the bed. It's nuts. All right, that's enough of an explanation. This is George Senda, the guy from Pittsburgh. Have a great evening. Stay wet, warm, dry, or cool, as the case may be. I've got to ice down my knee because it just went out again. My left foot keeps going numb. I've been coughing all day. I got to go feed the cat, so I'll mail your thing tomorrow. And I got to put money in the bank tonight. And I'll have the $115 back for what I bought, and I will send Jeremy his money out of that. But I am human, and, sometimes you lose your temper, and you shouldn't. And if you don't like that, too bad. All right, have a great night. Stay cool and comfortable. It is 84 in here now. The temperature has gone up again. But Kathy thought, it must be at least 90 or something. No, it's been comfortable all day. And just now I looked at it. And I called her up, it was like 75. All right, have a good night. Bye-bye.